Also, a big event looking ahead to this summer, the United States preparing to celebrate its 250th anniversary, and you might soon notice some redesigned coins in your change collection to mark the historic milestone. Happy to be joined this morning by the director of the U.S. Mint, Paul Hollis, to talk about these commemorative coins. Director Hollis, great to have you. Good morning, sir.
Hey, it's my pleasure, and you're right. This is a really exciting time because the United States Mint is producing billions of coins with more design changes than you or I have ever seen in our lifetimes.
Is that right? What are some of these design changes that we'll see, and when will we start noticing them?
Well, you know, everybody throughout the country seems to want to text me every time they come across these new coins that are one-year type coins. And what that means is, you know, January, December, we're going to strike them. And then after that, they're going to be a thing of the past as far as production, but they will last in commerce, I presume, for 20, 30, even as much as 50 or 100 years. I think the coolest coin, the coin that everybody seems to really like the most, is the emerging Liberty dime. You and I am familiar with the Roosevelt dime that was, you know, produced in 1946 until last year. So we haven't seen a design change on the dime denomination in 80 years. So that's a beautiful coin. And they'll stand out and change. When you have that moment and you're making perhaps a retail purchase, something will be in your hand and it's shiny. I'm just telling you that it's exciting to behold. And then we've got 5 new quarters. And then an amazing looking coin is the Enduring Liberty $50, and pretty large coin, and you'll see a rendition of Lady Liberty that is just magical.
Director Hollis, I know you've been collecting coins since age 6, and it's been a passion of yours ever since. Can you just put this moment in perspective for us in America's history, and why it's important to coin collectors and maybe just everyday Americans too?
Sure. Yeah, I've been a collector since I was 6, 7 years old. My earliest memory is when my grandma gave me a peace dollar that was struck in America in the 1920s and the 1930s. She had saved it during the Great Depression. And when she put that coin in my hand, I just felt a connection. And that's what the United States Mint hopes to do, is to connect America through coins. It's a tangible link to our nation's history. And during this important milestone, America 250, or the Semiquincentennial of our nation. That's a more challenging word than the bicentennial that we celebrated 50 years ago. But the reality is, you know, years in the future, we're going to look back on these coins that are starting to be seen in circulation, and we're going to celebrate them. And my hope is, like my grandmother had given me a coin, I hope that parents give them to their children or their grandchildren, save some, and just recognize that in that small metallic canvas, which we call a coin, celebrates and shares America's story. The designs are beautiful. I've been at the mints. I've watched them in production, and they'll be gleaming. They'll be beautiful. They'll be bright and shiny, but they truly are history in your hands.
Is there a place where folks can go to learn a little more information?
The best information source is our website, usmint.gov. You can also go and request them of banks in your local area, and we supply to the Federal Reserve banks, and then they'll circulate them throughout the country through various banks. But again, our website, usmint.gov, you can buy collectible coins there, or even regular issue business strike coins, and hopefully get them ahead of your friends and family and then show them off, just like I do. Anytime I'm anywhere, I bring them and I hand them out, and people get excited.
There you go. See if you can beat the crowd. Director Hollis, while I have you, I want to ask you just kind of a broad question, because you know, coins have been under the microscope a bit with the announcement about the penny no longer being in production. And I know you took over at Mint in January, but are any big plans for Mint that you can share with us? Any big changes like what we saw to the penny coming our way over the next few years?
You know, it's a collaborative process to determine anything significant that we're going to do. I think right now we're just so focused on America 250. But the way I feel about it is such an exciting time for the United States Mint and for us to celebrate this history. But I think of it as us putting our foot on the gas with the task that we are charged with doing. And I want to keep that foot on the gas because I just know that America's story told through our coinage is really something special. And every member of the staff at the United States Mint recognizes the importance of their role, and we're prideful, but particularly during this year, America 250.
Director Hollis, your passion for coins, it comes across well. We thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.